Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. Welcome to Noche Latina here in the NBA. A Latin flavor to the night's festivities as we get ready to go. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. The Pelicans coming to town hoping to notch one here in this one-game road trip. They're still in the picture playoff-wise, but 3 games back from that 8th slot. They'll need to play well down the stretch.
And this, the final matchup of the 4-game season series. They'd love to even things up at 2 apiece.
And there have been some heated moments between these teams this year, so I think there's a little more riding on this game than normal. And the outcome of the series is important to both of these sides.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for New Orleans right now, they've got Anthony Davis. He's out there with Hill. Tyreek Evans out there with Alexis Ajinci. And it's Galloway in at the point.
Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
That's good from Davis on the assist by Hill.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there beautifully.
The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Parker passes to Aldridge. Outside Leonard. Back to Aldridge. He kicks to Gasol, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Well, to give some perspective on Leonard's hand size that Greg was talking about, Clark, those measurements, 11 by 10, are what you typically would find on 7-footers. Well, this kid's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'9", and I'm about 9 by 7, okay? So that just lets you know.
Wow.
The only other hands comparable to that is Dr. J.
Ooh, huge. Now here's Parker. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
There's Galloway following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. To the middle. Here's Hill. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
San Antonio trailing here. Parker dishes to Green. Aldridge against Davis. Back to Green. 3-pointer. The shot will not go. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
And I think that's exactly what they have to do, guys. Don't dwell on the final score. You know, think about the things you did well and move forward and take it from there.
And here we go. Fast break. Evans has got it. That's good. And so Galloway with the assist. Evans has got his first points of the game.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Parker's shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Galloway with the bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's Gasol following the score by New Orleans. Passes it to Aldridge. 4 on the clock. It's stolen by Davis. Outside Hill. On the wing, Evans. Galloway kicks to Evans. Davis sets a screen. To the paint. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here.
Now here's Parker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Leonard attacking. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Davis with a screen on Parker. Parker with the steal. And Parker with a clear path to the hoop. And he gets it to go.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there. And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
Otto Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio. Champs checked in for the Pelicans.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Now, here's Gasol. He had 10 points in the win against Memphis. He's whistled for the 5-second back-to-the-basket violation. We have a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. Number 1, the Spurs.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end. And you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect.
Here's Galloway. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York. Back to Evans. Shoots. And the rejection by Leonard. To the right side. Parker kicks to Ginobili. That drops, and it comes. Off an assist from Parker.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
New Orleans in the lead. Evans outside. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, Tyreke Evans is so versatile. Great instincts, well-developed skill set. He can beat you every way you turn.
And back to Tyreke Evans. He's a big, muscular guy for a wing. That 7-foot wingspan, that arm span we've all admired and read so much about. Too strong for off guards. Too quick for small forwards. He's kind of got a ubiquitous position.
He does. And, Kevin, you know, it's funny. A lot of people have tried to place him in a box in terms of position. Instead of just saying he's a basketball player, the guy's strong. He's got tremendous physical attributes. Combine that with the ball handling and his confidence, and it gives you an interesting mix. I mean, he's one of the more unique, multifaceted guys we have in our league.
Pass to Champ. Shoots from the corner. The rebound by the Spurs. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Now here's Evans. Following the miss by Tony Parker. Leonard with the steal. Dishes it to Ginobili. Leonard against Evans. Ginobili kicks to Parker. And that one goes long.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Pass to Davis. Back to Evans. 5 to shoot. Here's Champ. The offensive rebound.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been. So far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Here's what San Antonio's going. With right now. Duncan, he's checked in for Gasol. Lee comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Bertanis, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. San Antonio shooting their first free throw of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Now, here's Stevenson. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. That's tipped. In transition, here come the Spurs. And it's Manu Ginobili with the finish.
Well, that's why they... on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Here's Stevenson. Lee with the block. Duncan kicks to Ginobili. That is good. Now it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Davis. No good, unable to end this run.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And Mills kicks to Ginobili. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first. That's good.
This shot is looking really good here in the first.
Everything is falling. 5 of 5 to start.
Davis sets a screen. The pass to Champ. Moore dishes to Stevenson. Just 5 on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Three-pointer. Stevenson missing again.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Here's Moore. Fires for 3. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. Spurs out in front as they end the first quarter on a 20-3 run. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And the San Antonio Spurs have really popularized that selfish offensive style of play. Manu Ginobili talked about their Spurs approach.
Attack and find the open teammate, not try to solve problems by our done. And every time we did it, it's not us.
There's a lot to be said for knowing, Greg, who you are and what your game plan is, and there may be no other team that gets that better than the San Antonio Spurs.
And Kevin, it helps to have that core of Manu, Tony, and Timmy there as the foundation. and coaches on the floor for each new wave of players that come on board, whether it's Leonard or Splitter, Mills, Green, or any of the other role players that have come through this Spurs organization.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
So the Pelican 5 right now. Alexis Ajinça is out there with Hill. Then there's Quincy Pondexter. Then it's Lance Stevenson. And it's Galloway in at the 1 spot. Now here's Stevenson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
Here's Mills. They have a 9-point lead. And the dunk by Duncan.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Here's Lee. Rips down the breakaway slam.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers. Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Screen by Lee. And here's Mills from the arc, and he gets it to go. Mills has got 6 points.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Galloway. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. And the basket by Stevenson.
The offense really coming around here in the second.
It's about rhythm, Clark. They're up above 50% now for the game, and you'll take that on any night. And defensively, there's still some work, though, they're going to have to shore up. And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. He used the word patience several times in describing what he'd like to see from their offense. It's not a run-and-gun approach he wants from them. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game. And shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Spurs do have a beautiful play style, and their offensive numbers show it, Greg. You're right there. One of the most fluid teams I can recall, Clark, in the NBA with their ball movement.
A joy to watch. I mean, they ended up top 5 in shooting percentage last year, as well as top 5 in assists.
And that one's good. San Antonio leading by 14. There's the dish to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. They kick it out to Green. It's stolen by Hill. And pushing it up, here's New Orleans. Evans leading the charge. San Antonio's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Kicks to Mills. Lee, a screen on Evans. Another one falls for San Antonio.
know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
There's the feed to Hill. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 6 assists in the game.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Now, here's Green. 9 points last game. Now Mills. Here's Aldridge, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. San Antonio shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge. And he makes both free throws.
We've seen Aldridge playing a good game here. He's got 8 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, and that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
Now here's Evans. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against New York.
And, you know, he was getting fouled time and time again and really delivered at the free throw line. Huge contribution there, guys.
Another one falls for New Orleans.
San Antonio with the timeout.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
You know, it seemed like once it went to overtime, the confidence from both teams just really seemed to go in opposite directions, and unfortunately for them, they were on the wrong side of that equation.
And, you know, Greg, that's the case a lot of times when you have an uneven matchup like that. I mean, the longer it stays close, the more the underdog starts to believe it can win.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D. Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. He said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
Spurs leading by 14. Parker kicks to Gasol. Pulls it up. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 4 assists now tonight. The Pelicans have gone 7-9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. Pick up by Hill. Galloway kicks to Davis. He feeds it to Evans. 6 to shoot. Unloads from 13. Great D that time from Green. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Aldridge wide open. He fires. And the Spurs scoring again.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Evans outside. Davis, the pass to Hill. Hill, a screen on Green. Feeds it to Pondexter. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Parker with it. He has 5. Aldridge dishes to Gasol. That's good. Gasol's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, really nice job to take what the defense was giving him there.
Pelicans trail by 17. Evans outside. Green with the... block.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
Here's Galloway. Pick up by Hill. Evans right side. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. 8 points for Tyreke Evans.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
It's Parker with the drive. Good. And the Spurs lead by 17.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Galloway kicks to Davis. Hill inside. Aldridge is there. Here's Pondexter. Soft touch off the glass. Pondexter's got 5.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
A different look now for San Antonio. Duncan, he's checked in for Gasol. Bertans comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in for Green. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Jones checked in for Hill. Lance Stevenson comes in for Quincy Pondexter. Champs checked in for Tyreek Evans. And Moore subbed in for Langston Galloway. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Pelicans trail by 17. Stevenson passes to Moore. Screen by Jones. Outside, Davis. Moore outside. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Here's Jones. Duncan with the block. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. On the clock. Here's Champ. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
And here is Parker. He has 7. He dishes it to Leonard. No luck. Excellent D that time from Jones. Moore with it. He's picked up by Parker. Outside, Jones. 1:12 left to play in the first half. To the middle. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Jones. And it's 8 points for Davis.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
Bertans, he's guarded by Stevenson. Here's Duncan. Good work defensively by Jones.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Champ. That one rolling around and rims out.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
San Antonio again missing. Pelicans trail by 15. Stevenson dishes to Moore. He kicks to Davis. Misses the baby hook. And so that brings the first half to a close. Spurs lead by 15. And a chance now.
Kevin, I'm here with David Lee. And David, you're back at home now.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson. The first quarter was all about Manu Ginobili. He had 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played up.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just a...
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Boy, it's been a really good night for Manu Ginobili. He has 11 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Gasol in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. One of the first things you notice about Anthony Davis is how long and athletic he is. He can get by most other big men, and he's got, Clark, as you like to say, that feathery shot, that feathery touch.
Yep, cotton candy. Soft is that jumper, and you've got to respect it. But he can also up fake you, and with one dribble, posterize you.
And he gets the bucket. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter. Spurs leading by 13. Here's Parker. Anthony Davis with the rebound. New Orleans has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
And the thing I love about Davis, I mean, he can cover a lot of ground with one dribble. I mean, he's worked on his comfort level, though, with his ball handling, taking 2 or 3 and really maneuvering his way through the defense.
Here's Galloway. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And Anthony Davis has become one of the most prolific and effective interior scorers in the league. Top 5 in points around the rim and top 3 in finishing percentage. I mean, he's terrific in the pick and roll and still developing a back to the basket game.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play. And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
Yeah, you know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Hill has the open look. No good. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Here's Leonard, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Mills, he's checked in for Parker.
Mills.
And so it's New Orleans with it. They trail by 16. Galloway kicks to Davis. No luck. Nice D from Aldridge. San Antonio's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. That's good. 8 points for Leonard.
You know, a good job by the defender of not getting fooled by the step back, but he still got the shot to fall.
Green against Evans. Davis, the pass to Galloway. That one's off, still out of sync.
Boy, he shredded the D with the patented crossover, but just couldn't convert.
Mills dishes to Green. Evans with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 18. Passes it to Galloway. Ajinça kicks to Galloway. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Galloway, covered by Mills. Just 5 to shoot. Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got 5 now. Spurs leading by 16. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Pondexter, the pass to Evans. And the rejection by Leonard. And again, San Antonio running the court in transition. Hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
Galloway with the bucket.
What do you do with that guy? With his handles, he abuses defenders.
Now here's Mills. 11 points in the game. Right side Aldridge. Evans with the rebound. Evans has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the rejection by Leonard. Outside Green. Outside Aldridge. 20 feet out. Another miss by Leonard. Pelicans trail by 16. Davis sets a screen. Here's Galloway, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Galloway has got 9.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage. Well, last season, Quincy Pondexter was moved to the Pelicans. He really took off after the trade and played some of his best basketball to date.
A different look now for San Antonio. Lee's checked in for Gasol. Bertans comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ginobili in for Green. New Orleans also making some changes. Champ comes in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's E'Twaun Moore checking in for Langston Galloway. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Terrence Jones is checked in for Hill. Now here's Moore, covered by Mills. Here's Davis. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. Pondexter last year was very valuable after the trade. Career highs, Clark, and points and minutes played for him with the Pels.
Yeah, and you know, he showed he can really be a 3 and D guy. Shot over 40% from deep with the Pelicans and defended pretty much every position on the perimeter.
They grabbed their own miss. Pass to Bertans. And nothing is falling for him right now. Pelicans trail by 11. Stevenson outside. Dishes to Davis. Back to Stevenson. Here's the 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Ginobili's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Mills kicks to Ginobili. Again, the miss by Ginobili. For New Orleans, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the 3rd quarter. And it's Stevenson missing.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Stevenson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. To the paint, here's Lee. Good work defensively by Jones. Pelicans trail by 9. Moore dishes to Jones. Davis kicks to Stevenson. Pass to Jones. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on David Lee.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his 3-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
And here are the Pelicans. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Stevenson kicks to Davis. Stevenson outside. Davis sets a screen. Stevenson drives in. Shot clock at 6. Again, the miss by Jones.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark. Stevenson passes to Jones. Here's Champ, covered by Lee. Jones with the screen on Ginobili. Here's Champ. and no good. And the Spurs going the other way now. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
And Moore kicks to Jones. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in team free throws. Number 1, the Spurs.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. And they're getting it done.
And the first one drops. Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Here's Parker. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. That's 12 points for Parker.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Stevenson kicks to Davis. Swiped away. In transition, here comes San Antonio. And again, it's Tony Parker. Parker's got 14 points for the game. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for San Antonio.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Here's Davis. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Lee dishes to Parker. Count the bucket. Come. Off a perfectly placed assist. He's got 16.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Here's Stevenson. 7 points in the game. Screen by Jones. Here's Davis. And no good trying to get that one. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's San Antonio as they end the third quarter with a 13-3 run. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Pelicans trail by 17 on the court for the Pelicans. Getting the fourth quarter going. Tyreek Evans out there with Hill. Then it's Alexis Ajinça. Then there's Champ. And it's Galloway in at the point.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
And guys, it had to be, because not nearly as easy a play as they made it look. Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Spurs leading by 17. Parker drives in. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. The pass to Galloway. Evans against Green. Evans passes to Ajinça. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got assist number 8 here in this one already. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And Gasol slams it in.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Pelicans trail by 17. Evans outside. There's the dish to Hill. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Clearly a mental lapse at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time, but it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
San Antonio making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. San Antonio's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Parker kicks to Gasol, and Leonard has it in the corner. Over in the corner, Green. Back to Leonard, tries again. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Galloway with the bucket.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Aldridge with it. He's picked up by Hill. 5 on the clock. Aldridge with a screen on Hill. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Second chance shot, and it's sent back by Hill. Here's Champ, guarded by Green. Here's Champ, and it's sent. Back by Aldridge. Leonard on the wing, kicks it to Parker. Good chance here for Aldridge, and that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Spurs lead by 19.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And that's Evans penetrating, and the rejection by Leonard. And the block shot turns into a shooting foul. So the defensive effort there a bit too much, as the officials will send him to the line, and he'll shoot some free throws.
Check out the game for Evans. He's got 8 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for New Orleans. Here's Aldridge. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. 16 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball.
Hill kicks to Davis. Puts up the baby hook. That's good. Davis has got 11 points here in just the second half.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Well, whether you call him the brow or ant or the future, Anthony Davis made the leap in year 3 to franchise superstar. I mean, still, though, he remains humble, determined to improve, and dedicated to maximizing his immense potential.
Aldridge a screen. Here's Parker, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one's on Evans. And his former coach, Monty Williams, played with some greats. Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing. He says he sees that same desire to dominate in Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he wants to be great and doesn't see himself as a finished product, which is a good thing. That means he's going to continue to stay humble and hungry and put the work in.
Here's Galloway. Outside Hill. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That is his first foul of the game. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That'll be his second foul of the game. There's Galloway, covered by Parker. Galloway kicks to Hill. 4 on the shot clock. Davis dishes to Evans. Deep 2 from Hill. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Gasol's got his third rebound tonight.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got 4 points in the quarter.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Gasol a screen. Parker passes to Gasol. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season. Seem to think that Clarkie was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
Davis, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
Excellent use of the screen that time. And that's now 18 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
And with the skill set that Pau has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Parker kicks to Leonard. To the inside. And Aldridge slams it in.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
The Pelicans have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Now the feed to Davis. Evans dishes to Ajinça. Rebound San Antonio.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
New Orleans has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Galloway, covered by Parker. Davis sets a screen. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio.
Manu Ginobili.
Here's Galloway. From 12 feet out. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 23 points for Davis. Spurs leading by 22. Feeds it to Aldridge. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Galloway, defended by Gasol. Galloway, the pass to Ajinça. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ajinça's got 4 points this quarter.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
It's Parker outside, rebounded by Ajinça.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Davis with a screen on Aldridge. With the teardrop, clock at 6, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Look at Tony Parker. What a contribution.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain him.
Hill kicks to Evans. Just 3 to shoot. And Davis can't get it to go.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Evans with it. Leonard picks him up. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. And that's now 25 points for Davis. Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. Inside, Leonard. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Aldridge has got 4 assists now tonight. New Orleans gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And this has been a beautiful thing to watch. This team all season long with a remarkable journey, including tonight. They'll have now won 70 on the year.
And on the season, this is going to be their 3rd win in 4 games against this team.
And you could see, Greg, how badly they wanted this win. For 2 very familiar opponents, a win in the season series really carries an awful lot of extra weight.
And as we've come to expect, another big game tonight and an impressive exhibit for LaMarcus Aldridge. You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
Ginobili against Evans. Ajinça kicks to Davis. Leonard with the steal.
Timeout Spurs.
San Antonio calls timeout. What do you think, guys?
Now, you know, I'm not sure why you call a timeout this late. I mean, the game is more or less over.
I think they might just be taking a few extra seconds to enjoy the win. Is that plausible?
Or maybe just rubbing it in. That's possible.
.20 seconds left in the 4th. Here's Simmons. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And now we'll send it down to Dort.
Well, Tony, congratulations on the victory tonight.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, LaMarcus Aldridge. He really came out of the gates with a nice rhythm, hitting his first 3 shots to get his team going.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast.